Now, why are they dancing if there's a COVID virus going on? You know this is going to take time for them guys to learn how to do this shit. But they supposed to be so busy.
Damn, that was. It take days. They tell us here it takes 24 hours. You feel what I'm saying? They didn't swab me or test me or nothing. And look what the fuck papers say. Reason for visit, fever. Diagnosis, COVID-19. They didn't test me for this shit. He told me I had it, bro. He didn't test me for it. He told me I fucking had it, bro. He told me I fucking had it, bro. Come on now. Come on now. Look at what my temperature was. I didn't even have a temperature when I went in that bitch. Come on now. But because I told him I can't taste and smell, he know I got it. Oh, well, that's the number one symptom that's been going around lately is the smell or taste. So I'm not gonna say, we're just gonna say you have it and quarantine you for 2 weeks. That's exactly what he said, bro. We're just gonna say you have it. We're just gonna tell you have it.
Do y'all understand where I'm coming from now, people? This shit is all bullshit. I'm just trying to find whatever name that doctor is because he said something the other day that it didn't sound right. It sounded like, tell you the truth, it all was a hoax. That's what it was. It was all of them saying it was a hoax. It was stupid. And it's their way of taking control of the situation. Like I said, I'm going to break this down to you, and I hope you can understand it, because this is what it really is. We're white. Our numbers are falling off. Black people, not only our numbers are falling off, but Asian numbers are falling off. Hispanics are holding steady, but you know what I mean? And everybody else is kind of like falling off. Everybody white. Every other white, culture is falling off. Asian peoples, they are falling off because they had that thing where they wanted boys more than they wanted girls. Now they are over in Africa getting African women pregnant, and they're gonna make these how would you call it? They're gonna make these babies who don't they won't they won't recognize their black side. And it's not even recognized. It's not even that they won't. I can say recognize, but it's not recognized. The word I'm looking for is so damn. This is so aggravating. They'll be these the babies. They'll be a buffer between the blacks and the Asians. You know what I mean? They're the in between guy. We don't recognize our black side, but we recognize the Asian side. We'll stand for the Asian side more than we'll stand for any other side. That's the whole thing, and that's what they'll do. They'll be more of a buffer class when it comes down to the Asians taking over everything. They'll be the ones that sit there and say, "Oh, you don't fight against my daddy. You don't fight against Wang Chang, my daddy. I'm gonna fight you back. But you have black. I don't care. I'm Asian," and that's how they're gonna look at themselves. Like I said, Asian people did themselves in when they started, that rule of only having 1 or 2 kids and being able to have permits to have children. And they see the black people, we're still having kids. Let me tell you something. In the Bible, it says there'll be many of the children of Israel, so many that you wouldn't be able to count them like the sands of the sea. All right, black people, we are the children of Israel. There are many of us, especially here in this country. I don't understand how we could be 14% of the population, but we do all the fucking crimes. If that's the case, we all should be in jail. I should be in jail. You should be in jail. But, that's how they numbered it, and that's how they try to set it up so they can say that we are the problem. No, you make us the problem because, for one, you bastardize everything we do or even things that we don't do. You make it our issue when it's not. When it is our issue, we'll own up to our own shit. And then when we tell you the truth about you coming in between us and you taking resources from us, you're stopping us from growing. Like I said, and I'm going to say this too, when it came down to this this so-called epidemic they claim is going. Oh, black people are the most biggest people who have it. Okay, if we're the biggest people of this portion of it, hey, give us some money. Give us our tangibles. Give us shit that we can take care of ourselves. Oh, no. The Latins are they're bigger than you are, so we're going to give them money. Watch how they're going to give them money, and they're going to still put it on us as we are the face, like we are the ones who did it. No, it came from China. It's the China virus. It's the Kung flu, whatever you want to call it. It's that. So don't even go there with this bullshit, man. Really don't go there with it. Because you people are the masters of manipulation. You have your media, and it's funny because white people can't see past whatever the fuck their other people are telling them until it hits them. When it hits them, then it's like, oh, you know what, you might have been right. No, motherfucker, I am right. And there's other people out there who is right, who sees through the bullshit. See, the point is, people don't want, especially white people, they do not want us to be the ones who see before they do. They always have to be first. They always have to be first. They can never be last. They can never. You can never show a white person the truth. You can never show the right person something that would work, because if you did, they would take it from you and say that they thought about it, because they don't have original ideas in their head. You know, I was speaking to my boss the other day. He said that he's not taking any cars off the street. I said, hold on, wait. What you mean you don't take no car? Well, they could be COVID-19 cars. I said, hell, motherfucker. I said, the people who driving, the ones from the insurance policy holders who we get our cars from, they can be COVID-19. So what are you saying? You know what I mean? The logic is not there with these people. These people don't think. Their brains move less faster than their mouths. But again, these is like, as someone said, these are the people with the high IQ. These are the people who voted for Trump. These are the people who vote for stupidity. This man sits there and mind you, Trump said this, I think in like what last year, I forgot what time around last year, he said like close to like around this time last year. He said there's always calm before the storm. They said, what do you mean by that? Don't worry about it, you'll see. What the fuck? Oh, don't worry, you'll see it. It's always calmer before the storm. What do you mean by that, Mr. President? You'll find out, because I can't tell you. Well, motherfucker, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So this motherfucker already set these shits in motion. These things were already placed in motion. They just gonna use him as even a bigger dummy than he is to let this shit go through. And the funny part about all the people that's in his cabinet that he's bringing in, these are cronies that he's helping get push this shit through. Remember, he's one of the biggest racists around. But see, you gotta understand, one thing about these motherfuckers, they will do harm to even their own to get us. Y'all just can't fire to get to us. You know what I mean? And if it's a few million of y'all to get killed along with us, as long as a few million and it's like 10 million of us, they're like, all right, no problem. But you might not think it's a problem, but they don't. You may think it's a problem, but they don't. And let me put this to you because I want to shut this down. There's some more stuff I really wanted to talk about, but right now I'm going to try to shut it down real quick. But I'm going to get this done and I'm going to try to hit this out. Now, mind you, ever since we've been asked for tangibles, ever since we blocked Hillary Clinton, we blocked Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, and Bernie Sanders, and the Warren Broad, Fakeahanis, or whatever you want to call her. We blocked all these people through the black media. A lot of people have been listening and saying, hey, guess what? We're not voting. We'll vote on the local level, which we should only put our people in, people that we can homebred and everything, put them in. So we will have somebody in there in the Senate and in the governor and the mayor's office and all that stuff in those positions. But even the sheriff's positions. But the thing is, we're like kids, learning a new toy now. We're learning how to play with our own toys and say no. Since we've been asked for tangibles, since we've been asked for reparations, since we've been on this tip like this and shutting these people down, these idiots can't get the Roland Martins, they can't get the Jesse Jacksons, they can't get the Al Sharptons, they can't get the, the Tamron Halls to put us back in line. We're like, no, fuck that. We ain't going that way. We doing our own thing. And being that they can't put us back in order, this is where Rex 84 and the King Alfred plan comes in. There's a part in the King Alfred plan that says if we become unruly, or it becomes a civil arrest, then they will have to implement martial law. They will have to implement something to say martial law is needed. And this is it right here. This isn't a test run. This is the real thing. I advise every black person out there, if you didn't go out and buy yourself a gun, if they still allow you to do so, go out and get you one. Learn how to reverse engineer that shit and build your own. And I'm going to tell you something. These are the 4 steps that's going to put you into martial law. Create a global problem. That's number 1. You got to create a global problem. This is the global problem. This is the problem of the century to everybody. Global, because they claim it's going around the world killing everybody. I talked to a friend of mine in Paris, France, and she said, yeah, we got it, but it ain't as bad as they say it is. She talked to me last night. And she told me, yeah, they have it, but she said, and she works in the hospitals. She said, we only had like 3 patients that had it. But they got people in the news, people telling everybody that, there's dozens and millions and hundreds of people in there. All right? So that's bullshit. So you creating a global problem by doing what? Releasing this shit out unto the people of the world. 2, you incite fear. So you incite fear through this right here. You're telling people this is a pandemic. It's going to reach you. It's going to kill you. It's going to do this. You're going to do that. Now you get people all scared and they're all frightened, so they go out and they start buying up toilet paper and food and shit because they just want to lock themselves in their house, whatever. Now, 3 is you disable or destroy the global economy, which will lead to chaos, civil unrest, and confusion and disorder. We are starting to see that right now. We're starting to see we've been watching the economy do roller coaster flips, but really go down a lot. And now it's really, I say another week, or probably by the end of this week. If it tanks, it tanks. It's done. It's done. And that's everybody all around the world. Besides these global elites, their minions who have some money some gold and stuff stacked up somewhere. They're talking about taking away your passports. They suspended your passports already. So you think about that. You can't get out of the country if you wanted. Anyway, if you wanted to get out of the country, you couldn't get out of the country because there's nowhere to run. Where you gonna run to? Can't go to outer space because we ain't got that type of shit yet. But with Trump, Space Force. I like the sound of it. Do you like the sound of it? Space Force. Yeah. They'll find you up there too. And once you get this shit going on and you have the economy, and everything, people gonna get rowdy. They're gonna go crazy. No money. They talking about not taking cash because you can have, if you got the corona, you can have it when you touch the cash and all that. Again, civil arrest. That means to cause to cause a restlessness in the people, and they stand up and start fighting, or they just start going off for and doing shit and creating committing crimes and just to eat and to drink or whatever they need. and that's not going to be a good thing. So that will send in the military, and that will issue martial law. And I think that's what they want, and that's what they're aiming for. So this way, they're talking about giving everybody this this flu thing, and then in the process, you're going to get the chip in the process. The thing about the chip can't go in your bloodstream; it only can go underneath the skin. So if they give you 2 shots and they put something on your skin, that's the chip. That shit is controlled by 5G. 5G again is something that is basically the culprit of it all. 5G gives you the symptoms of being sick, the headaches, the sore throats, the eyes watering, the pains and everything. There was a gentleman, I forgot his name. I seen his YouTube channel. This man's been talking about 5G since last year, saying how they shouldn't put 5G out yet because it's still unstable. It's harmful to the environment, and it's harmful to humans. When I went by a 5G tower, they have them blocked off. They have them like fenced in, so you can't go in. But from what I could see on the ground, I seen a litter of insects, like bees and flies, littered all over the ground. So just imagine if they killing bees and flies, what do you think it's doing to the human body? Think about it. Think about that. These people are wicked. They're making their run. They're making that run right now. And this is not a test run. This is the real thing. Because if it was a test run, we would have been out of it already. They talking about it's going to be seasonal. That's their way of saying you're going to have to get this shot, this immunity thing. And if you don't, see, you're not going to be able to travel. You ain't going to be able to do this. You ain't going to be able to do that. You ain't going to be able to go to work. They ain't going to want you to come out your house. And if you can't come out your house, guess what's going to happen? Then they're going to come and take you out your home, and they're going to put you in these FEMA camps. And 9 times out of 10, you'll never be heard of again. Trust me when I say this. These people are the devil's minions, and they're finally showing their teeth. This is the final run. Be prepared, people. We need to step up and fight back, because they talk about locking us down for 30 days and quarantining the whole world for 30 days. What is that going to do? Because if it's if it's in the air, and I want you to understand, I watched this gentleman. It was an Asian guy. He was a doctor, and there was another doctor. They both were speaking. And I'm going to say something to this. They said when you speak, unless it's a big loogie, but if you speak, it doesn't fall to the ground. It goes out and it disperses. When you breathe in and out on a cold day, which direction does your fucking the cold air comes out as? Does it go down, or does it come out and upward and disperse? Because that's what I notice when I blow hot air out my mouth and it's cold outside. The air comes out, goes down a little bit, but it floats out and it goes up. You have to look at this. These people are trying to psych your mind out. And there's a lot of these dumbass people out here who won't do research, won't look at shit and say, oh, this is real. This is real. This is real. You play, this is real. No, it is real. But at the same time, it's also generated. It's fake. It's been moved through. Everything has been the real thing is people has been coming down with this. And then there's people who haven't came down with this. There was a gentleman, they said it was on his people's on Instagram, and it said, these people was lying. They said my father died from COVID. He said no, it didn't die from the coronavirus. He died from he had health issues. He had like a heart problem. And he had a heart attack. They try to blame it on COVID. See how they try, and then you got to think about this. Oh, if you got heart problems, you got diabetes, you got this. If you got any bad ailment that you could die from, COVID did it. Oh, you got cancer? Oh yeah, well, COVID did it. You know what I mean? You had a stroke? Oh, COVID did it. Wake up, people, and use your eyes and use your mind. Stop using your ears and listen to everybody else. Don't listen to me. Research your own shit, because I might be blowing smoke up your ass. You don't know. But take a look at it and think, and just look at it. I know some more shit that I need to be putting out here. And it's like I said, it's one on that Fauci guy, whatever the hell he is, the CDC dude. The one who's trying to implement the vaccine on everybody, which they're gonna make it happen. Because look what Bush said. What he said, when we become successful, and we will be. You know what I mean? They making it happen. Only way they can't do it if we all stand up at once and say, fuck this. We do what the fuck we want to do. And I think I need to tell you something also, real quick. Last Sunday, I was at my sister's house early in the morning, and if you know what a chemtrail is, I seen two of them up in the air. They were dark like charcoal in the air. Two crosses across the city of where I live at. And then all of a sudden, in the past couple of days, I've been hearing nothing but ambulance flying back and forth, flying back and forth, blaring back and forth. Now I don't know if they had somebody actually in there, or they just did that just to, you know what I mean, to scare people. But I don't put nothing past these people. And then on top of it, it was a lady on Instagram. She showed her car, and she had a white car. She said, "What is this black stuff? It's like ash on my car." Make you think, right? All right, y'all. This is the Battle Blast. I'm gonna sign out, but I hope y'all guys listen to what I was saying. And hopefully, you take some of it in, and some of the things I was showing you. And anyway, if somebody knows how to help me to work my laptop to be able to show split screens and stuff like that, that'd be great. I really would appreciate it. Could you just help me out and show me which way to go? All right, this is Battle Blaster, and I say peace.